Imagine this. You're a trader in the year 1220, setting up your stall along the Silk Road when the horizon suddenly darkens, not from clouds, but from an oncoming wave of riders moving so fast you barely have time to blink. By tomorrow, your city could belong to the most feared man on earth, Genghis Khan. The Mongol Empire's story starts on the harsh, unforgiving Eurasian steppe, where winters could freeze a man in a saddle, summers could scorch the earth, and survival meant constantly fighting for land, livestock, and food. In 1162, a boy named Temujin was born to a minor chieftain, but after his father was poisoned by rivals, his family was abandoned and left to survive on scraps, wild berries, and small game. Most would have been crushed by such a childhood, but Temujin learned the two most important lessons of his life: win loyalty at any cost and show no mercy to betrayal. Over the years, through a mix of diplomacy, ruthlessness, and battlefield genius, he united the feuding Mongol and Turkic tribes, offering promotion based on merit rather than birth, a radical concept in the steppe world. In 1206, at a great council known as a Kurultai, he was declared Genghis Khan, universal ruler, and he took that title literally. His army was a living thunderstorm, made entirely of horsemen who could ride over 100 miles a day, each carrying multiple horses for speed, wielding composite bows so powerful they could pierce armor. They mastered fake retreats, drawing enemies into traps, and used a high speed messenger system across vast distances like an early horse powered internet. Cities that surrendered were spared, those that resisted were wiped from the map as warnings to others. His first major target was the Jin dynasty in northern China, where the Mongols learned siege warfare by forcing captured engineers to build the machines for their next attack. Then came the Khwarezmian Empire in Persia, a wealthy trade giant. Initially seeking peace, Genghis sent envoys. The Shah killed them. This insult unleashed one of the fastest, most brutal campaigns in history, with cities like Bokhara and Samarkand falling in days. By the time Genghis died in 1227 under mysterious circumstances ranging from illness to battle wounds to wild lightning strike legends, his empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. But the conquests didn't stop. Under his successors, Mongol forces thundered into Europe, devastating Poland, Hungary, and Russia, and if not for the death of Ogidi Khan in 1241, they might have reached Paris. In the east, his grandson Kublai Khan completed the conquest of China, founded the Yuan dynasty, and ruled from what we now call Beijing. This era, known as the Pax Mongolica or Mongol Peace, turned the Silk Road into the safest trade route in the world, allowing goods, ideas, technologies, and even foods to travel from China to Europe. Merchants prospered, travelers like Marco Polo visited Kublai's court, gunpowder and printing spread west, and fun fact, some historians think pasta reached Italy through these routes. But this open exchange also carried the Black Death, which would devastate Europe. By the late 13th century, the vast empire began to fracture into four main khanates: the Yuan dynasty in China, the Ilkhanate in Persia, the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia, and the Golden Horde in Russia. They still claimed the legacy of Genghis, but fought each other as much as outsiders. Local cultures reasserted themselves, rebellions spread, and rising powers chipped away at Mongol control. By the late 14th century, the once unstoppable empire had all but disappeared. And yet, the Mongols left an enduring mark. They reshaped trade networks, accelerated cultural exchange, and redrew the political map of Eurasia. They were feared as ruthless destroyers, yet remembered as global unifiers. Even today, genetic studies suggest that 1 in every 200 men on Earth may descend from Genghis Khan. From an orphan scraping for food on the frozen steppe to the ruler of the largest land empire the world has ever seen, his story is one of raw ambition, adaptability, and an unrelenting vision that galloped across history like a storm, leaving echoes that still thunder in our modern world.